What is up, everyone? Hope everybody is all good. So, quick video today just on a way that we can go about using rep ranges in our training. Now, there's something called the top set and back off method. Now, again, nothing in particularly special about this. You don't have to do this. It's just another way that we can do things, but I find that it works pretty well. Again, we're working on a couple of different rep ranges, so let me get into the video and it will all make sense. So, again, let me break it down. Let me preface the whole video with, look, we know that sets taken to failure or very close to failure in that 5 to 30 rep range are going to supply the stimulus to build muscle, and that's what we're looking for. The big main important thing, I've spoke about this in the past lots of times, it's a high degree of effort, making sure you're set up with a good exercise selection and you're taking your sets, again, all the way there, very close to failure or right up to it, with good technique, good tempo. Again, you're set up in the equipment that you're using is on point for your body, and then if you're in that 5 to 30 rep range, you're going to be good to go, right? That's the first thing. However, again, we know that as we start to get above 15 reps, and you start getting sets of 18, sets of 19, sets of 20, can they build muscle? Of course they can. Nobody's ever said that they can't. But what you have to be very cautious of is that there's going to be other fatigue factors that are going to inhibit your ability to produce max force towards the end of a set. If we get towards the end of let's say a set of 20 on leg press, as an example, what's going to be the limiting factor as you get towards the end of a set? More than likely, it's not going to be the quad's ability to produce force. It's going to be maybe your cardio, other factors that are going to come into it. These are just elements that you need to be aware of. Again, not to say the high rep sets can't work, they can, but what we want to try and do is limit the interference of these other fatigue factors so we can produce max force in a set, grab onto that high threshold motor units which we grab onto at the end of a set. We don't want all of these other fatigue factors influencing that, which then influence the amount of mechanical tension we can put on the muscle. That's the most important thing. So as I say, high rep sets have the place. You just got to be smart with them and use them sparingly, and they're not going to make up the majority of your training, right? Most of your training is going to be in that 5 to 15 zone. So what is the top set back off method? What is this? So it's 2 sets on a movement. So let's say, again, the example here, let's say we're doing a leg press. This can be any exercise, by the way. Let's say we're doing a leg press. You'll do your regular warm-up. First, you'll hit your heavy set. You'll hit a heavier set in the 6 to 8 range. As an example, let's say that's 200 kilo. We do 200 kilo for a set of 8 reps, and that's a failure. You couldn't do another rep. Bingo, job done. So that's your first heavy set. Then what we'll do, we'll have a second set. Again, you'll rest the time that you need in between sets. You'll drop the weight. Again, let's say you've done 200 kilo, you might drop. It's going to vary from person to person. You'll need to find out. You have a little bit of experimentation with this for you. Let's say you dropped 20% of weight off your top set. So let's say you dropped 40 kilo. So then you've done 200 kilo for your top set, and to work in the 10 to 15 range, we go down to 160. So it drops 20%. You put 160 on, and you get a set of 13, right of failure. Now, what's good about this is that, again, you have a heavy set and then a back down. It gives us 2 opportunities to work on 2 different rep ranges. It's two opportunities to provide something called a novel stimulus to the body. Again, it's just another way of looking at your training. You could just say, oh, why not just do 2 sets of 6 to 8? Of course you can do that. That's a very, very viable method. It works great. But this is just another method which allows you to go and attack a different rep range, because sometimes you can be pretty static on one rep range, but then the other rep range is moving in the right direction. As I say, you have 2 opportunities each week to come in and attack each of the rep ranges. Some weeks this may be static, your 10 to 15 range set may go up. A couple of weeks your 10 to 15 set may be static, but this is going up. But over time we're looking to, again, we've just got two opportunities with 2 sets for every movement that you're doing. It's a nice little mentality shift, because sometimes people come in and they know they've got, I've got 2 sets and I've got 2 rep ranges to work in, instead of just being, I've got 2 sets in the 6 to 8. When people know they've got a different rep range to work in, it might just be placebo, psychological. It just works well. It's one of those things. I've seen it work well with numerous clients, seen it work well myself with a lot of my own training as well. So it's just something to try. It's one of those things. Give it a try. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, fucking bin it off. You don't have to do anything. I'm just giving you an idea of ways you can approach things. And as I say, this is not for, you don't have to do this for every movement. Do it for whatever movement you like. See how you get on with it. But the whole ideology behind it is that, you know, your 6 to 8 rep range numbers that you're doing now, your 10 to 15 range, these are all going to be a lot higher with the same technique in 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the line. That's what you're looking for. You set a 6 to 8 on leg press, it's not 200 kilo no more, it's 230. Your second set on your leg press is not 160, maybe it's 175, 180. Can you see, catch the drift that we're getting at? That's what we're looking for. As I say, just another way to go about it. But I always get a lot of questions about this whenever I post about the top set back off method. People don't understand. People say, should we use the same way for the first and second set? Of course not. You're not going to be able to maintain, well, whatever you've done in your 6 to 8 set, you're not going to be able to do that for 10 to 15. For your second set, it's obvious, but again, people confuse that. Just a quick video. Again, try it, see how you get on with it. If you like it, good, have at it. Doesn't work for you, fine. Plenty of different ways to do it, but it's just a way you can go about it. Alright, let me know what you think. Speak to you all in the next one.